Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast, the only podcast that will guide you on how to start and grow six-figure companies. As our team expand from one business location to worldwide domination, you will get step-by-step insights from a millennial franchisor and franchise owner with your host, Andre Mezzalera.
Hey guys, this is Andre here with Wings Mobile Detailing Podcast. This is a business show, not about auto detailing. And today we're going to talk about all of you guys who wanted to grow a real business, or you're thinking about starting your own business or getting in business with somebody else who maybe perhaps is already successful. There are crucial things that you have to get yourself away from, and that will transform your mentality from regular thinking to actually being an actual entrepreneur. But you have to make sure that these thoughts, the way you think about things, you're not bringing it from your living, from your past, from the way you've been taught your entire life inside the business world. If you don't want to get crushed, if you want to be successful and grow in the real business, following trends from actual successful people, then these rules need to be instilled in you, and you have to do your best to not bring within inside of you in the business world. For most people, when they're out there, and we're going to talk about competition in this podcast, the way when you're starting your business, before you even start, you get your foot wet. You already want to do all the market research. You want to study all the competition. You want to see, what are the chances of me becoming successful in this area, or in this location, or in this industry. So before you even start, you already want to define your success by what somebody else is doing. And that is what we're going to talk about today, how wrong this would be. Guys, many people, when they want to start a business, even with me, I got a lot of requests. As a franchise owner, people want to start their own business, and they know it's successful, and they want to start business in a different place. And you can tell you have in you that societal, the broken way of thinking when you start, what is the competition doing? What are the chances that we can pass the competition? Is the competition high? Is the competition low? The other guy is making a lot of money on it, so probably we can make a lot of money on it as well. The other guy's not making too much money in this location, so the chances are we're not going to grow successfully. So guys, you want to stay away from that mentality. You don't want to even think about it. Imagine Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon. Imagine if he had the way of thinking, looking at their competitors to define his own success. He grew Amazon, destroyed completely retail stores. Like Sears, Amazon. As Amazon was growing, all these other retail stores, they were going downhill. And that's because of Amazon. That's complete domination. And do you think Jeff Bezos would have been able to dominate his industry to grow better than they did if he was looking at his competitor, if he was looking at Sears at first? Do you think he would be better? How can he be better than Sears if he was using Sears as a mirror to follow? He wouldn't have been able to pass it. No, he was every day ignoring totally what his competitor was doing and see, this is what I can do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want my business to represent. Regardless of the competitors, regardless of what is working for the competitors or is not working for them. Because if you're following somebody else, you're not going to be bigger than they are. Or maybe you're following somebody else, that is already, really big. But in a way that you're framing them. But that's not the point. That would be a positive thing. I want to grow my business. But if on the day-to-day things, day-to-day tasks, you have to do the way you believe you're doing and not put that doubt of competition away from you. The biggest problem with looking at your competitors is what most people do before they start a business. If they want to do something, and that comes from the way majority of people has been taught, market research. Let's see, I'm going to start my own business there. The first thing they normally tell me when they want to do that is, and this is the type of thinking that needs to be away from you if you want to successfully grow your business, is to not do all those market research to see how well you're going to succeed. Or let me see how the economy is. There's no such thing as, oh, the market is high, the market is hot, the market is low. That's all media things has been still in society for them to think that they can. You don't want to portray your success based on what people are telling you're capable of doing. So I think it's pretty common sense, but still there's going to be a lot of people who's going to listen to it, and they're going to start the business. One day, a month is going to go by, and maybe they're doing it right. Maybe they're not looking at the competitors because they're excited with their own thing. They're excited with the growth. But then one day they're going to open somebody else's website, their quote-unquote competitor's website, and they're gonna go there and be like, oh, this guy's doing this way. That's good if you're studying and making it better, but that's not a good way if you want to mirror it or instill doubts within yourself and make yourself think that you cannot do something, or you put obstacles in your own way when you see other people doing it better than you. Because in the first month of business, inevitably, you're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, or millions of people that's already doing what you're doing in the same industry that you're doing better than you. That is going to happen. Another societal broken mentality that you want to avoid bringing into your new business venture, aside from the market research, is when you think that there's the one thing, when you think that an idea is all it takes for you to grow. Oh, I'm just waiting for that idea, for the big idea. Because if I have the big idea, I'm going to be able to crush it. There's no such thing as you think that there's a one big idea that's going to make you grow to a multi-million-dollar company or because that person does his job well. Sometimes it's not about the idea. You don't put yourself dependent upon an idea before you start. Because if you have the big idea, 6 months can go by and somebody else is going to be doing exactly, even if you have the biggest innovative idea in business and you start the business, but you start your business thinking that you're going to grow successful because your idea is unique, and it can be. But if you wait on that, first, you're never going to reach that point. You are, but it's going to take years. But if you wait on that and think that your business growth will be incredible because of that big idea, oh, you're mistaken. It's going to, 6 months is good. That's the real world. 6 months is going to go by. People are going to copy your idea, and they're going to do it much better than you're doing. So at the end of the day, always what sticks to you, what defines your growth, is your own. It's your mentality. The way you grow the business is not one thing. It's not one big idea. It's not because you found something that you do really well, better than anybody. And it's not because, let's say you make the best cake in the world, and you want to start a business on selling cakes. That will not make you a great, successful business owner solely because you make the best cake in the world. So if you're waiting a decade to have an idea in your mind, or to make the best cake in the world to start a cake business, even if you later have the super innovative idea, that will not define your success. So it's okay. It's right to study other successful people, what they're doing. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your industry. You don't want to be good. You also don't want to be egotistic enough to think that you don't need to study, you don't need to read up other people, and you can do everything based solely on your own experience that you're gonna get. If you're also an egotistic person in business, it's another way to get crushed in the market, because you have to study big people if you want to be big yourself. You wanna know. Studying is really important. Now, what you don't see, I don't want you guys to confuse this with the studying and learning about other people. But what you don't see successful big business owner do is, oh, let me see what my competitor is doing. Let me see the shit that they're doing so that I can. And you're going to learn that that's how successful people think. They're not thinking about other people. They're thinking about growing their own shit, improving themselves every day. And part of success is actually helping other people. Aside from what average people think about these big successful guys, is they tend to think, oh, this guy don't do anything. All they think about it is themselves. They don't want to help other people. But what I've seen the most is successful guys, how much they help other people, how much they are there, but they don't talk about it with anybody. They don't post it out there. Whereas an average person, what I've learned, when I've seen so many times, average people complaining about these big guys, the successful guys, saying that they don't help anybody because they're not showing it, but themselves, the average people themselves, they're doing shit. They're not doing anything to help anybody. And all they're doing is gossiping, looking about their competitors. They don't want to start their business because they're afraid and they're scared, which is a normal mentality to have, but it's not normal to have the gossiping mentality. That thing you cannot have instill in you. That needs to go away. So follow yourself, follow successful people's steps if you want to grow your business, and know that to your core, that forget about your competitors. Forget about market research. Are we able to grow the business here? Are we able to grow a business there? What is the market like? It's always about yourself, how you can do it better. Think about what you love to do. It doesn't have necessarily to be, the passion, but maybe what you love to do. If you really want to do that, that's going to help you. If you love to do something and start a business around that, that's going to help you because you're going to want to be doing that every day, and you're going to want to be doing it better every day, and you're not going to distract yourself and let your competitors define, your success, how big you can grow. And definitely don't let the market define how big you can grow, because then you're going to be played by the marketplace. Ups and down, which is, it's regular to happen, but you're not going to grow to successful levels and pass your competitors. You're always going to stay average. So get that average mentality out of you. If you want to start your own business, forget about looking at the negative things about your competitors, about having those doubts, and just do it. Just like successful people do it. Oh, we can do it. We can do this better. Let's get to it today.